From the capital of Tennessee and of country music, for any of you fans out there, welcome to Nashville. We're at Nissan Stadium. Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And away we go from Nashville. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing on their first play. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 28. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Thrown back, gets the handoff. And he'll advance this down to the 38 on that run. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
White 0, white 0. Not on.
Levis from the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Here we go. Hey, let's go.
Man in motion here.
Let's go. Hand up. 29's down, 22 Rita. Out on. Hero's down, 90 down, 49 Rita.
Throwing his Levis on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Williams. Has his man, it's Odunze. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Williams on the play action. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Titans will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is... needed in response, Brock. Give it away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
They go play action on 1st. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Into the hands of Okonkwo. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get this down to the 13. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
1st down from the red zone. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Tennessee. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Titans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. That holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Working from the gun, Williams. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face 2nd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Lays out. What a catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Completes this one to Rice. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Second down now, 7 to go. Sending a receiver left. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back's still doing it to this day.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now it's 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. That throw finds Kmet. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears lower the deficit to a single possession. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Bears chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Brought in by Burks. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Check smash! Check smash! Cardinal!
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one's complete, right side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter, and it's Titans football. They'll only need a few inches here on 3rd down.
18,
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
ready! Warrior 70! Buffalo 18! Go!
Back to throw. He's going deep this time. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing off the play fake here. And he breaks up that throw for the moment. A good defensive play as we hear what this flag's about. So they'll decline this and take the results. And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this 3rd down.
Here we go, set!
Looking for a throw here. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Bears are going to take over deep in their own territory. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing again on 2nd, Williams. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in the spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Williams from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Titans will get set to take over. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Rolling left, buying some time. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They've got a man in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. If you couldn't do it.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Bears football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 27. He's got time here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 31-yard play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. First down throw by Williams. Built up. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! It's picked up by the Titans.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Receiver in motion, headed right. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he's brought down for a loss. And after this play, there's a Titan out there who got the worst of it. He's in some discomfort as they head out to check on him. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Go.
Back to throw now. Okonkwo brings it in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
So now here's 3rd and 5. The Bears decide to call their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Come on, set, go street. Go, Reed, go. Mustang 19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out and just needs one more step there to reach midfield. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Titans will have a first down. Pass play now. Short pass brought in. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Putting a receiver in motion.
79 Broncos.
Back now, pressure on its way. He fires one deep down the... They connect on the deep shot. And that's a Tennessee touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans double their lead to 14. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. Finds his man Rice. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Completes this one to Rice. And he'll get it up to the 44. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Nashville. The Bears trying to make some noise before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams has the connection to Odunze. Give him 32 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be Until the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Completed here to Kmet. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Hauled in by Rice. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Now Williams. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
He's got a man left. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Putting the tight end in motion. Back to pass on 1st and 10. It's caught. This is Tyjae Spears. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Chased out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He's going to throw this one. Continuing to move past the 45. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's go. Buffalo 18. Hurt. Dragon 60. Panther 11. 18, Pioneer.
They are throwing it again. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Bears do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Here's 2nd and 11. That's into the hands of Moore. And they make the tackle at the 38. Offense in the hurry up here. Williams to throw on first. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. From the 35 on 2nd down. Completed to his running back. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Williams from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Aubrey puts it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Tyjae Spears. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he pushes this up to midfield before going out. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Titans will have a 1st down. Now the shotgun give to Spears. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 42. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down, ball at the 36. Plowing up the middle. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
He's got it near the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to...
Touchdown, Tennessee! No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Titans push their lead to 18. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Offense up to the line fast. From the 33 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Williams to throw. Complete beyond the marker. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pass caught by Adunze. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working from the gun, Williams. He's on the move. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Another try following the sack. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Ernest Jones with the pick. And the Titans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Here comes the Titans punting unit. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And great special teams execution on that punt. It's inside the 10, reaches the 8. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams. Kmet brings it in. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Chicago first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Buys time, rolling right. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. So it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Williams. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Williams set to pass. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. First down throw by Williams. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, Williams. Completed here to Kmet. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down. Now Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, Well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
And he's brought down a little short. No, actually, they do give him the 10-yard line. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Back-to-back carries here. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Here's Williams. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's a give straight up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bears get it back to within 2 possessions. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the Titans are able to cover up the kick. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success.
There he goes on the right side. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. Another carry for him. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And this time they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They give it to him again. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
The Titans going with a field goal unit here. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. They already got the stop and the turnover on line this penalty.